Are you struggling to download a file in your ASP.NET Core application? You're not alone. Today, we're going to tackle a common issue that many developers face when trying to download files. I totally understand how frustrating it can be when you think you've done everything right, only to be met with an error message. In this case, you're facing an unauthorized access exception, which can really throw a wrench in your plans. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user reported that they are trying to download an Excel file after it's created, but they encounter an access denied error. They have already tried running Visual Studio as an administrator and adding the IISR user to the project folder. Sound familiar? Let's dive into the details. So what could be causing this access denied error? It often comes down to file permissions. Even if the file is created successfully, the application may not have the right permissions to access the folder where it's stored. Let's break this down. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip to help you avoid these permission issues in the future. To resolve the unauthorized access exception, the user should first check the permissions of the www root folder. This is crucial because the application needs access to create and download files from this directory. Next, the user should ensure that the application pool identity has the correct permissions. This can be done by adding the IISR user to the www root folder with read and write access. After adjusting the permissions, the user should modify the download file method to ensure it correctly references the file path. This is important for the file to be accessible during the download process. Finally, the user should test the application again to see if the changes have resolved the issue. They can do this by running the application and attempting to download the Excel file once more. Fun fact, did you know that file permissions have been a part of operating systems since the early days of computing? It's a crucial aspect of security, but it can be a headache for developers. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests modifying the download method. They recommend using the iFile provider to access the file. This approach eliminates the previous error and allows for successful file downloads. Now, let's see a response from a different user. An alternative approach, shared by another user, highlights two key observations. First, when calling the download method directly from a button, the file downloads to the localhost directory, but they prefer the browser to prompt for a save location. Second, if they call the export method, which then calls the download method, they encounter a blank page and the download does not occur. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always check your folder permissions before running your application. This simple step can save you a lot of time and frustration. And there you have it. With the right permissions in place, your file downloads should work smoothly. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and remember to check out our other videos for more troubleshooting advice.